When I popped positive with my first baby, I just assumed pregnancy would be this perfect Instagram journey of dancing through a field in a flowy skirt. Nope. I had months, not weeks, months of morning sickness, fatigue, food aversions. My first trimester made me a zombie. I could hardly function. But by my second pregnancy, I had changed careers to become a birth educator, and I had a few tricks up my sleeve to make it much easier on myself. And today, I want to share those with you. Consider this video your first trimester survival guide, because by the end, you are going to know how to get through the worst of it using gentle, natural solutions. But first, my name is Maria. I'm a Lamaze-Certified childbirth educator and owner of the app Natural Birth by Echo, a free resource with all of the tips and tricks you need to make your unmedicated birth a positive one. Okay, the most common complaint in early pregnancy, morning sickness. Or should I say all-day sickness, because despite the name, it is not limited to the morning hours. And just to add to your pain, morning sickness typically peaks before you announce your pregnancy, so you can't get any of the empathy that you desperately need. Fortunately, there are some effective natural tools you can use to manage or even eliminate morning sickness altogether. But first, you have to understand, why does it occur in the first place? It starts with hormones. As soon as you get pregnant, your hormones are on overdrive to support your growing baby. And what does your body use to make those extra hormones? Cholesterol. So with all these new hormones, your cholesterol stores are running a little bit low. That's the first piece to the puzzle. Meanwhile, your liver also uses cholesterol. It turns it into bile so that your body can absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, D3, E, and K2. But wait a minute. Your cholesterol is low, so your body can't easily absorb vitamins A, D3, E, and K2. When you're unable to absorb these specific nutrients, your body experiences symptoms of malnutrition, such as nausea, dizziness, weight gain or loss, headaches, fatigue, cramping. Does any of this sound familiar? Morning sickness is actually your healthy body experiencing the effects of malnourishment, even though you're not malnourished. It just feels that way. Fortunately, the solution is simple. Ditch the junk food and flood your body with much needed vitamins and minerals, good cholesterol, healthy fats. Download the app Natural Birth by Echo this minute and make yourself one of the delicious smoothies. Every ingredient in these smoothies is strategic to beat morning sickness, nourish you, and help your baby grow. I'm also going to add 2 more bonus tips. 1, move your body. I know right now you just want to lay on the couch and watch Love is Blind, because have you seen season 8? I mean, I'm shook, but just a 10-minute walk is going to get your blood moving. It'll release endorphins and you will feel better at the end of it. I promise. 10 minutes, you've got this. Okay, bonus tip number 2 is find a food-based prenatal. The standard Walmart prenatal brands claim to have, I don't know, like 2 million% of all of your nutritional needs, and yet 98% of mothers are nutritionally deficient during pregnancy. They're all taking prenatals, so why are 98% still deficient in necessary nutrients? Because the nutrients in these standard pills are synthetic. They're lab made, your body can't actually process them, and your morning sickness becomes worse. A simple solution, find a food-based brand. Food-based prenatals are made with real whole ingredients that will 1, actually nourish you and your baby, and 2, help you manage your morning sickness. So win-win. My favorite brands are linked below if you want to check those out. Let's move on now to fatigue. Even if you do escape the nausea and the vomiting, you're probably gonna have more than a few days of excessive fatigue. Let me start off by saying, be kind to yourself. The desire for rest indicates a need for rest. Your body is doing a ton of work behind the scenes. It's okay to take it easy. That being said, there are a few things you can do to manage that first trimester fatigue, because we still have to work. You know, we have to live our lives, take care of toddlers, whatever the case may be. So for starters, get your iron right. Low iron exacerbates fatigue as well as morning sickness, but you have to get it right. Don't take iron supplements because those are synthetic and they just cause constipation. No, get your iron from a real food source. My favorite is beef liver capsules because I hate liver, but it's the perfect pregnancy food, so I get it in capsule form. And I'll tell you, it was not until after I stopped taking iron supplements that my iron levels actually got better. In this last pregnancy, my midwife asked, "Wow, your blood looks really good. What prenatal are you taking?" I was like, None. I'm just nourishing my body holistically. So get your iron right. Find a way to sneak liver into your diet, and that first trimester pregnancy fatigue won't nearly be as bad. Okay, the next big culprit is dehydration. You have to hydrate to beat the fatigue as well as the nausea. But it's so weird because drinking water on an empty stomach often makes the nausea worse. So you avoid drinking anything at all, and then you just grow more tired, and then you avoid drinking more, and you just go downhill from there. The answer is raw milk. You get the hydration, the electrolytes, the fat, the protein, all the stuff you need to manage fatigue. And not to mention, raw milk is so good for your baby. Another solution is fruit. The minute you wake up in the morning, help yourself to a big bowl of fruit. Mangoes and pineapples are my first trimester staples. They're full of electrolytes, they're easy to get down, and they have a lot of water to help with hydration. Once your belly is full, you should be able to stomach something a little bit more substantial and get a few ounces of water or ginger tea into your body without much side effects. It's really important to get electrolytes with your water. I actually didn't know how important this was until about a year ago. I was faithfully drinking my 90 ounces every day, so I thought I was good. But my midwife had me take a hydration test, and it showed I was chronically dehydrated. I was like, what? How? I drink so much water. I didn't have electrolytes. The solution is stupid easy. Just add a pinch of a high quality Celtic sea salt to your drink, salt your food to taste, and you should be golden. Now, I've got some bad news. Even if you get adequate iron, you're hydrating well, there are some sneaky little habits that still might be keeping you exhausted in the first trimester. Caffeine, processed sugar, looking at screens an hour before bed. I know these can be really tough to give up, but start implementing little switches. Change out your coffee with herbal tea or have fruit for dessert instead of ice cream. Don't fall asleep to a movie, read a book instead, because the blue light on the screen negatively affects your sleep quality, making you more tired the next day. And I'm well aware that I just told you to give up caffeine, sugar, and screens all at the same time. That's really hard to do, but make changes where you can and you will see results this week. Okay, another big first trimester complaint is weight changes. Your weight might go up, your weight might go down. Both are normal. I personally hate this one because I have a naturally round, youthful face, which is something I love about myself. But when I get pregnant, all the weight goes straight to my cheeks. When you take the Echo Natural Birth course, the modules follow my pregnancy, and as the modules continue, you see my face getting fatter and fatter and fatter as time goes on. Maybe you're one of those lucky women who does not gain weight in her face. Good for you. But either way, it is a big complaint for most mamas. Take heart. Your body is just doing what it needs to do to support your baby. This is a temporary season of life. I do, however, need to address the misconception that you're eating for two. You are eating for two, correct, but your number two is the size of a garbanzo bean. And your little beanie baby doesn't need anything extra from you right now. So don't worry about boosting your calorie intake until the second trimester. Of course, if you're wanting an extra snack, girl, go get it, you're pregnant. But you don't need to stress yourself wondering, am I eating enough? Is my baby getting enough? Listen to your body, get nutrient-dense foods, and your baby will do just fine. Speaking of food, you might grow disgusted by things you used to enjoy. Food aversions are pretty common, especially in those first few weeks. I love bacon, for example, on my salad, on my burgers, with my eggs, I love it. But when I'm pregnant, just the sight of bacon is vomit-inducing. This is because the pregnancy hormone HCG doubles every day in your first trimester to support your baby. However, HCG also directly affects the olfactory receptors in your nose, so all of a sudden, completely normal tastes and smells become overpowering and you find yourself nauseated by foods that you used to enjoy. I have two solutions for this. The first is a really good essential oil. Peppermint and lavender are my pregnancy favorites. I have my favorite brands linked below, so take a whiff as you go about your day. And I know essential oils are one of those hippy dippy woo-woo things, but there is some excellent research on them, which is why I'm even bringing it up. The second thing you can do for food aversions, wait it out. I know that's not what you want to hear right now, but it doesn't last forever. For most women, food aversions are just a first trimester annoyance and it will get better soon. Okay, the next big change, or two big changes, is your boobs. Sorry, not sorry for that terrible joke. Your breasts are gonna probably feel more heavy, full, sore. This is because your body is already preparing to breastfeed, so it's just growing pains. And a few obvious solutions are wearing a supportive bra, loose clothing, minimizing jumping or bouncing, and this one's weird, but a less obvious solution that might help with breast tenderness is limiting caffeine. Weirdly enough, data suggests that limiting your caffeine intake will help alleviate breast soreness in the first trimester. And the evidence for this is not incredibly strong, but it's not negligible either. I don't do much caffeine myself, so I can't personally speak to this. But hey, if you're really uncomfortable, maybe give it a try. Tell us how it goes, or just wait it out, because breast soreness does not last forever. The next first trimester symptom I want to mention can be scary, but it actually is pretty common, and that is spotting. While spotting can be a sign of miscarriage, as many as 20 to 30% of women do experience first trimester spotting. It could be from implantation, it could happen after intercourse because your cervix is more sensitive now, it could be caused by hormonal shifts, all totally normal. Your baby is fine. For many women, it often resolves itself and they carry on with their pregnancies like nothing ever happened. If, however, spotting turns to bleeding, or if it is accompanied by dizziness, by cramps, or blood clots, then it could be a sign of miscarriage or an ectopic pregnancy, in which case, please do seek out a medical professional because that is not normal. Okay, next on our list is constipation, and this one is so misunderstood, it makes me want to rip my hair out. Pregnancy constipation occurs because your food moves more slowly through the digestive tract, so your body has time to process each and every nutrient and get it to your baby. However, this slowdown can cause constipation. I have 3 solutions for you. 1, move, especially after every meal. Walking stimulates intestinal motility, which helps everything to process and to digest more easily. The second solution, eat fiber and hydrate. I think everybody knows that these help. Get plenty of fiber-rich foods. Cooked or steamed cruciferous vegetables are going to be the best because you get the fiber and then the cooking process breaks down the bad oxalates. Also, cooked veggies just taste better in my opinion, but that's just me. Okay, number 3, I touched on this earlier, but ditch the iron supplement, ditch the standard prenatals. A lot of the time, women unknowingly give themselves constipation by taking the wrong prenatals. Just to reiterate, the iron found in standard pills is synthetic. It is not bioavailable. It does very little to help you or your baby, and it will contribute to constipation. So make the switch today to a beef liver capsule or a food-based prenatal. The brands that I personally use are linked below if you want to save yourself the research. And that wraps up our top first trimester complaints and how you can manage them naturally. I hope you liked this video. If you did, you're gonna love my other stuff, so hit subscribe to get the information you need to have a positive, unmedicated birth, and I will see you next time.